Hey, Carly, do you think my dad would like this for Father's Day?
Well, you know what? I was looking at
no,
this.
he'd
I know
love
it's
that.
really.
Well, he's really into jewelry. Do you have any like nipple rings or earrings or anything like that?
He's going through a phase right now.
I don't know. I can ask Sally, but this is all from Psalm 91:1, and I just love her stuff. This is hers too. You like it?
Ooh.
Getting some ideas over here. Psalms 91:1 is a line of jewelry like no other. This young woman has been inspired by countries and people that are less fortunate than us. Her pieces reflect the earth and all the beauty it beholds. Sally Hahn joins us now. I actually went to her studio and was fascinated by your jewelry, and I told you when I saw you today, everything that I wear of yours, I've been stopped about 5 times by people saying, oh, that's Sally's, isn't it?
Really?
Yeah, it's been incredible.
Thanks.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to
So
pass it on so
flattering.
you know. So I've got one of yours. You gave me one to wear for the show today. So I've got my new little
It's
piece
called
on.
Vintage Rose.
I don't got
Vintage.
one. Anything for me?
Of course.
Yes. What do
So
you
a little
got?
surprise maybe later on if you're
Oh,
good.
really?
Do that later.
good.
First,
Cool.
let's take a look at the clip. Let's go to your place and take a look at what I saw at Psalms 91:1. I am a kid in a candy store. This is my favorite store. It's a jewelry store, and it's called Psalms 91:1 Accessories. And her jewelry is incredible. It's got a great story. So we're here today to talk to the owner, Sally. Sally, how did you get involved in designing jewelry?
It's really random and funny actually. I worked as an actor and I wanted to find something to do at the side for charity work actually. So I remember my dad taking me to a bead store when I was young, so I went back there and I decided to try it out, and it ended up being really fun. So I did my first event and I got a lot of good feedback, so that's how it started.
Customers come in maybe with an outfit or an idea of what they want, and you'll create that for them?
Exactly, and we can chat about what they want, and they can customize their personal jewelry. Sometimes I do photo shoots or fashion shows, and my clients walk in and tell me what their theme is. My inspiration comes from actually God's creation, which is fire, water, earth, metal, and wood. This collection here is called Himba, and it's inspired by my mission trip to Africa. Himba is a name of a tribe in Namibia.
Were you able to bring back any products that you could actually incorporate into your jewelry?
Yep, I came back from Namibia and brought some of the pieces from there, like you see this part here where it's made of wood. I go to vintage stores and secondhand stores, and I find old jewelry, or sometimes my friends donate me their old jewelry, maybe their grandmother's old jewelry that they find, and I make them modern, new again, so that goes with the whole recycling process. This piece over here, it's one of my favorite pieces. It's been on L'Oreal Fashion Week and been on a lot of media like Wish magazine. I've taken out actual chandelier pieces from the chandelier from the ceiling, and I decided to make earrings with it. 91:1 comes from a scripture that says, "He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty." And that whole chapter 91 reminded me of how God, you can trust in Him, and you can always ask Him to help you and rescue you when you're in time of trouble. And 91:1 was Rescue 911.
Love your stuff.
Cool.
Want to focus on one thing right away, because I know you spent some time in Africa, and if people go onto your website, they can actually purchase pieces of jewelry where it helps those kids over there. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I traveled to Namibia, South Africa, 6 months ago for 3 months on a mission trip. I worked at the hospital, but my focus was on the youth ladies there who were affected by AIDS, HIV, early pregnancies, who wanted to go to school but couldn't. And I decided to teach them jewelry. Instead of just handing out money, I think it's more important to teach them a skill so that they can sustain themselves. So this is an example of one of my...
Can I hold that up?
Yeah, sure. This is from a collection called Ndama. And Ndama is a name that comes from the church that I worked with. And that church the girls came from that church, and we would gather together at my place every Saturdays. We would have fellowship. I would cook them something, and then I would teach them how to make jewelry.
Right.
And then the last few weeks I was there, I thought maybe I'll just get them to make charm bracelets that reflect their characteristics, and then bring them back here and then sell it for them, and all the money goes to them and their living. And it's only $35, but that makes a great difference to them.
They probably loved it too because it's something they've never done before.
Exactly, yeah. And I think it's important for them to find some sort of a passion or something that they can be confident about, because especially in Namibia, women they don't have any kind of role or authority, and men are very authoritative there. So it's really important for the girls to have.
Empowers them and gives them a sense of self-worth.
Yeah.
Let's touch on, but you do so much, like you recycle old things, and so you've got some things here. We've got about 2 minutes left. Let's touch base on some of the pieces that you brought with you today.
I want to start with you and your earrings.
Oh, aren't they cool?
Oh yeah, they're called Delightful Leaf, and I actually handmade them all myself, so I use wire.
How long does that take?
2 hours.
Really?
Yeah, I'm getting really good at it. It's like I just watch TV and I'm just making it, but it's all weaved, hand weaved, and it's one of our best sellers.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They come in bracelet and necklace as well.
A necklace, yeah. So this is.
Yeah, that's actually
this
stuff here is going to be fall-winter collection.
Fall-winter?
We're going to focus more on the chain stuff, so just plain chain and layering it up, but also crystals. And so this is actually, they're called the chandelier, and the reason why it's the chandelier is
I
because
love this. Can I hold this up so you guys can see that?
These are actual chandeliers, so I find these on top of the real chandeliers, and then I break them apart and make them into jewelry. You can do anything. Make
what do you do?
Go
to what, like secondhand stores or something?
Yeah,
and find old...
I love doing that. I love going to thrift stores, finding old jewelry from my parents, my grandmother, and then making them new. That's one of my favorite things. And yeah.
And that way, you know what? When a woman buys a piece, or when a gentleman buys a piece for a lady, you know it's one of a kind, and nobody's going to have anything like
That's
it.
important. Yeah. And it's important to
You know that
have...
as a female. Nobody wants to go,
sure.
Because you don't want to run into somebody wearing
the same necklace.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, you want to be unique.
Unique and special.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. And all of our jewelry has a story behind it, so that's what's special.
That's cool.
Yeah.
For more information, you can log on to their website, www.psalmsaccessories.com. Sally, thanks so much for coming in.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you know someone